What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. Much love. We back here tonight with another topic. If y'all listening, y'all tuning in right now, hit that like button for me and put a number one in the chat so I know I'm being heard. If you're tuning in right now, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, I need two things. Hit that like button and put a number one in the chat so I know I'm being heard. Okay, I see two ones. Okay, so I know I'm being heard. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, fam. Hit that like button. We're going to start in a minute. We're going to get this conversation rolling in a minute. I already see somebody just came in with a question. We're going to get into all that. What's up, sis? I see you. DOD, what's going on? OG Muhammad, what's good? Quarrelsome cuties. You put what if he's a dummy though? We gonna answer that. We gonna answer that. Shout out to my man Sonny. You put what if he's a dummy though? We gonna get into all that. We gonna talk about that. Cause I always get those types of, you know, I always get those types of little, you know, trivial questions. But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. And I actually wanted to do this I wanted to do another stream last night. And I was gonna do this topic, but I said, you know what? I see other people is live. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna show some support, I'm gonna tune in, and I'm gonna just save it for tonight. Because I really wanted to talk about this yesterday. I wanted to do another stream. But y'all see the topic. She must submit to your word first. She must submit to your word. Now, last night, I shout out to everybody who came through. Much love to everybody. I appreciate the support. Um, Last night, you know, a lot of people didn't comment. I didn't get too much comments. Um, but I know it probably ruffled some people's feathers or whatever. And last night I was pretty much talking about submission, something that us guys here on YouTube we've been talking about for a minute now. You know, and I was basically talking about she don't need to submit because our women don't need us for nothing. They don't need us. You know, the basic necessities of life, they don't need us for. They don't really need us for nothing. You know? And like I said, I wanted to do this topic after, because one thing that a woman submits to when dealing with a man is his word first. Because a man gives direction with his word. Of course, his word should be backed by good intent and should be proven through his actions. But the first thing a woman must submit to when dealing with a man is she must submit to his word. She must submit to her man's leadership. And when I say submit to his word, submit to his leadership, is submit to his intelligence. Submit to the mindset of your man. That's how you should be able to judge what kind of man you have based on how he thinks. And like I said, what he says should be backed by good intentions and by actions. Now, the question that Quarrelsome posed in the chat room was, what if he's a dummy though? First of all, and I can tell by how the question was posed, it seems like you're a female. What I'm gonna say to you is, first of all, you should not be with a dumb man. Understand that. You see? A man without any wisdom is not a man. If you're dealing with a dude that is not knowledgeable about anything in life, why are you even dealing with him? Why are you even hanging around him? Why is he even giving, why are you even giving him your time? That's what I'm going to ask you. Why do you entertain dummies? So that'll answer your own question right there. Shout out to Soul Shader. I see you, bro. That's what I want to know. Why are you dealing with a dummy? Hit a number 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I got Deacon saying there's no audio. Oh, okay, so I can be heard. That might be you, Deacon. Shout out to the fam, Hills in on the check-in. Y'all hit that like button for me, fam. Hit the like button. But this is the problem. And see, I'm glad you came in here in the beginning and said what you said, because this ties into my topic. You see? You should not even be entertaining no dude that don't have any knowledge or is knowledgeable about anything. If you cannot learn nothing from this man, you should not be dealing with this man on no level. You see? And if I had a daughter, that's what I would teach my daughter. Don't deal with don't even entertain dummies. You walk past dummies. You see? You don't entertain guys like that. Guys like that shouldn't even get your time. You keep it pushing. So, using that as an example, that's a poor example because I would never tell no woman to submit to a dummy. Because a dummy is not a man. A man that doesn't know anything is not a man. He's a boy. He's a boy. You see? He's a boy. He's not a man. And you can't submit to a man who doesn't know anything. Because, like I said, what can he teach you? What could you learn just by being around him, having a conversation with him? What could you learn? You see? And guess what? If he doesn't have enough knowledge, guess what? He can't even lead his goddamn self. That's why you see a bunch of these dudes on YouTube looking for leaders, looking for guys to look up to. That's why you see that. Because they're not willing to dig deep within themselves and to learn about life. So they look for outside people to reach. But a woman initially submits to a man's word. You see? She submits to what a man has planned for her and for them as a family. If that's what y'all situation is about. You see? If a woman is not willing to listen to your instruction and follow your instructions, you cannot build with that woman. See, I'm not telling y'all women to go and just submit to a dude because he got a dick. See, that's how a lot of y'all on here think when y'all hear guys speak this way. Y'all think we just saying, well, I'm a man, I got dick and balls, so you should do what I say. Wrong. 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 You're not going to hear that over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. A man has to show and prove that what he's telling you actually is real. He got to show you. And you know how a woman can test whether a man is actually guiding her in the right way? All she got to do is don't do what he say. And watch the effects and the things that transpire when she don't listen. Just watch what happens. When you have good intentions for a woman and you've shown her this and you're giving her a set of instructions and a certain way that she needs to live, and when she purposely goes against it, She's not only is she's going to see, but she's going to feel the negative effects behind her not listening to you. You see? And a lot of them are going to come back and say, "Oh, you was right." When it's not about being right. I know I'm right. It's not about that. It's about you doing what's right. It's not about you coming back and telling me I was right, because I wasn't telling you something. I'm not going to tell you anything that's wrong. This is why I said your word is backed by good intentions. If you know you manipulating this woman and telling her a bunch of negative shit, then when she get negative results, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know why she come back and tell you you were right? Because you actually told her the right fucking thing to do. You actually told her the right things to do. But you know why? They can always sit back and try to challenge everything you say. You know why? Because at the end of the day, for the most part, most of our women don't want, they don't want to be wives. I'm going to say that again. They don't want to be wives. And I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback from that, but actions speak louder than words. If a man that you've been with, that created and built a life for you, is telling you, listen, this is what you have to do so we can be good. You do this while I do this so we can be good. And if you purposely decide to not listen to that, then what you proving is you're proving to that man that you don't want to be a wife. You don't want to be a wife. And I know some women, well, what if, how can I trust his words? Then why you fucking him? Why you letting them fuck you and bust all up in you if you don't trust what he says? Huh? Why you laying up with him ass naked? See, the problem is what a lot of our women is, and a lot of guys have said this shit, and it's the truth. A lot of our women rather be mothers than to be wives. See, because how it actually supposed to go is you supposed to be a wife first, then a mother. But for the majority of our women, they're mothers first. They didn't have to adhere to a man. They were mothers before they were wives. This is why they don't understand what it is to be a wife. You see? This is why they got to question everything. And you know why they question everything from you? Because they question their goddamn selves. They can't lead themselves. You see? So you cannot be a wife. You cannot be a queen if you don't submit to your man's word, who's the head of the family, not the tail. So if he's the head, that means what? He's the brain. He's the brain. I just said you have to respect a man's word. And a man's word is based on what? Good intentions, intelligence, and is backed by his actions. So asking me a question like, well, what if he's a dummy, just shows that you deal with low caliber dudes. You dealing with dudes who don't know shit. You shouldn't be dealing with guys like that. You shouldn't be dealing with guys who conversation can't go past battle rap. Their conversation can't go past the NBA. You shouldn't even be dealing with dudes like that. And if you are, that's your fault. Because guess what, homegirl? That nigga was a dummy before you met him. He just wasn't, he didn't turn dumb when you decide to mess with him. He been a dummy. He been a dummy. And you gotta accept that. He been dumb. He ain't start being dumb because he became your man. He been dumb. But you decide to pick his dumb ass. So I can understand why you didn't submit to him. But the sad part is, most of our women submit to dummies. They submit to the dummy. Then when they get with a thinking BM, this is why I did the stream. Why thinking BMs are treated the way they're treated. I forgot how I named the show, but that's basically what it was about. And we're treated like that because of our women constantly submitting to dummies. And you know why y'all submit to the dummy? Because he falls right in y'all lap with the chaotic foolishness that leads y'all life. He falls in line with that. So y'all be sitting in the bedroom arguing about love and hip hop. Who remember the last episode? Y'all be sitting there arguing. Straggle and maggle. That's why you submitted to the dummy. But you won't admit that. You submitted to that dummy because he plays into things that you like. You like the chaos. You like the disorganization, the confusion. You like that. Why? Because he represents the same shit that you got within you that you haven't healed from. He symbolizes all of that. And it hurts you more to change than to stay the same. So you go get a man that'll represent that. So you ain't never gotta submit. Because see, if you got with the right man and you submit it to his word will help heal you. His word will help heal you. But if you don't want to be healed, then you don't deserve to be a wife because you don't qualify. You don't qualify to be a wife because you will not know how to actually be there for your husband. When he needs you to be there, you wouldn't know how to be there. You wouldn't know what to do. So you should never equate submitting to a man with submitting to a dummy, because a dummy is not a man. That's a maggle. Maggles are not men. Maggles are man-childs. That's what maggles are. You see? He is the offspring of a woman who decided to not do what? Submit to a man's word. A man. See, the maggle was the offspring of that. That's why you go get with the maggle. You go get with the maggle because he reinforces all your bullshit. And that's how y'all get along. That's how y'all get along. That's how the relationship actually works for y'all. You see? But when a real man come around, now you got all these questions. Why I gotta do this? Why I gotta do that? Did you ask Mr. Maggle? Was you asking him all them questions? No. You know why you didn't ask him no questions? Because you didn't want to be questioned. And you know he ain't had no goddamn answers because he too damn dumb. He a goddamn dummy. And you know he's a dummy. And you didn't ask some shit, like I said, because you don't want to be questioned. See, real men gonna ask questions. They're gonna make their women think. They're going to see how much she's actually learning from what you're teaching her, or if she's learning anything. And certain women, they don't like that shit. And if you ever with a woman who don't like for you to question her, that is a woman who will never submit to your word. And by her not submitting to your word, that's telling you, guess what? She don't need you. She don't need you. She don't even need you for the shit that God say women need men for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gonna talk about this tonight. Because I notice a lot of you strags love to bring up the Bible. Y'all love talking about the Bible. But in the Bible, God put man above his woman. So if the man is supposed to receive the word and submit to the word of the creator of God, then he's supposed to take that word and what he understands from the word of God and bring it to you. That's in the Bible. This is why I say the word must be backed by good intentions. Is the man giving you a righteous word, or is he manipulating you? A lot of y'all women have been manipulated because y'all have allowed yourselves to be manipulated. Because it all ties into the stream I did last night. See, y'all allowed yourselves to be manipulated because y'all was taught to put y'all stock in y'all vagina and not in your brain and not in your heart. This is why you're easily manipulated. Because you're ruled by your lower nature, which is your sexual nature. You're led by your gonads. You're led by your clit. Do you know it's women out here that can't help themselves when they see a handsome guy? Why you think you got these women with these high body counts? Because every time they see a cute guy, they just got to give him some pussy. And that is because she was taught to put all her stock there. Because she was taught that is the essence of her. That is what makes her vagina. And that's why y'all are manipulated by dummies. And that's why when a real man is in your presence, you question him because you're afraid to submit again. See, I get it. You're afraid to make that mistake again because you already made it 20 or 30 times. You already done been in 10 different relationships. And out those 10 different relationships, you got 3 or 4 kids. You see? But see, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your soul. I'm talking to your heart. I'm going to continue to say that shit you don't want to hear me say because you know it's true. That's why you don't want to hear it. That's why you don't like asking questions. You don't like answering questions. That's why you get an attitude when he asks you some questions. Because then you got to think. Then you know you're dealing with a man of intelligence. Because intelligent people do what? Ask questions. Dummies don't ask questions. Dummies think they know it all already. So when you're dealing with a man that got a bunch of questions for you, it makes you uncomfortable. Because what that actually is telling you is, this is a man who see past your pussy. This is a man that see you past the bedroom. And a lot of women don't know how to deal with men like that because they've been submitted to dummies. And it's because how they was raised by the gynocracy, who taught them to put all their stock in what's between their legs. They mamas ain't teach them to use their brains. They mamas ain't tell them the most important thing on your body is your brain. They mamas taught them it was their vagina. Then you wonder why all these girls come up pregnant as teenagers. You wonder why a lot of them as teenagers run the streets and be hot in the ass. It's not just because they're teenagers. It's because that's how they were socialized. They was raised that way. They was taught it was all about your twat. That's why they walk the streets and promote their twat and try to seduce men only with their twat. And then you wonder why this dude don't want to hear you say nothing. You wonder why when you finally try to have a conversation, he ignore your ass. You see? Our women were taught. They were taught by women. Because that's who can teach a woman how to be a man cannot teach his daughter how to be a woman. You know what a man's job is to teach his daughter? The type of woman that she should be. That's what you could teach your daughter. You can't teach your daughter how to be a woman because you're not a woman. So the stock that's put into the vagina of a woman, that was started by women. They learned that from the women in their family. Girl, you better protect down there. You better protect down there. But you ain't never teach her to protect her heart. You ain't never teach her to protect her mind. Because some slick, smooth words, a good outfit, some liquor, and a good-looking man were being in between her legs. You know why? Because he got in her mind. He seduced her mentally. And it turned her on sexually. So what should she protect more? What should she put her stock in? What's in between her legs or what's in her goddamn head? And this is why they don't need us. They was taught that. Then you wonder why the divorce rate is what it is. You wonder why it's so many single BMs running around. You wonder why. Because they don't want to take the time to develop themselves to be a wife. To be a wife. And to be a wife to a thinking BM, you got to work. Okay? It's more than you just laying down on your back, opening your legs, cooking me something to eat. It's more than that. It's more than that. I want to know what your thinking is like. But how many women present their brain in a relationship? Hmm? See, if your mind isn't there when you're in a relationship, of course you're not going to submit to his word. Because you really don't care about what he got to say. Because you actually have him there for another reason. You see? A woman who rejects your word, you better not ever marry her, fellas. Ever. And don't give her any children. A woman who does not receive and adhere to your word, don't have no kids, Bob. Don't have no children. Do not. And do not marry her. Do not. You leave them kind of women. You let them go. Because those kind of women are going to self-destruct at some point. Because they don't understand that they're destructive to themselves and to their children. Because they're not adhering to a man's word. But you're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be a Christian, but you don't listen to your man. You're supposed to be a Muslim, but you don't listen to your man. When this is in the scriptures, how to be a wife is there. Now, am I going to sit here and say that some women wasn't those kind of women and still got the shitty end of the stick? Oh, yeah, it happened to a lot of y'all. I know. I get it. But guess what you got to chalk that up to? Life. If you did everything right and it still didn't work out, that's life. That's life. That is life. You don't run around with a F all men shirt on now. You see? But see, first, you got to understand what it is to submit to your man, what it represents. See, if you practice a spiritual practice, religion or whatever, y'all got to understand that when you submit to your man, you're pleasing God. because that's what God instructed you to do. He didn't say submit to a dummy. He didn't say submit to a fool, because a fool is not a man. You see? So he's not saying just submit to that man because he's a man. No. He says submit to a righteous man. And a righteous man comes with what? Good intent. He's not out to hurt you. But you know how you can't tell? You know why you can never tell? Because you so busy thinking with your vagina and not with your brain. See? That's why you can't, I can't tell the difference nowadays. Yeah, because you're thinking with your vagina. And your vagina gonna always give you the wrong answer. See, y'all love to tell us we need to think with the head on our shoulders and not with the head in our pants. Y'all need to do the same shit. Because whenever y'all little head starts spinning, y'all lose control too. When that little head start wagging and woo, you can't even stay still. You know what controls y'all little head? The same one that controls ours. The brain. The brain. The brain. So you can stop giving yourself to dummies. You can stop doing that. Okay? You can stop, but you have to make that conscious decision to stop doing it. You can't say, oh, well, there shouldn't be any dumb men. That's stupid. What? We living in a world of polarity. That's how you're able to distinguish things. You should know when you got a good man if you done had a batch of bad ones. You should know. You should know by his approach. By his demeanor, you should be able to tell. If your ass done been around the block 3-4 times, you still don't get it? No, you get it. You don't want to get it. You don't want to get it right. You see? You don't want to get it right. Because it hurts for you to get it right. You know why? Because then you're going to have to admit that you had it wrong the whole goddamn time. And that's one thing women don't like to hear from men. You were wrong. They don't want to hear that. Especially our women. BMs hate to hear they was wrong. And you're showing you prove it to them through their own experiences. Oh, you gonna have to shut up. You need to shut up. Now you're being judgmental. You know, now you're being emotionally abusive. That's when they start throwing all that shit at you. Because they hate to face themselves and to say, listen, I had it wrong the whole time. You see? That's why they were so mad at Fantasia. Because Fantasia came out and said, I had it wrong for all these years. I did it wrong. Every relationship I had, I've done it wrong. Every time. Now, she finally got out of her own way and was able to submit to a man's word. Submit to her man's instruction. Why you think she's a wife? Why you think she's a wife? Why you think that? Y'all hit that like button for me, fam. Hit the like button. Donation links is in the chat room. CashApp SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. CashApp SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. You see? So you can't say you love the Lord, but you don't love his creation. You can't love the Lord and not follow his word. Because the man gets his spiritual knowledge from God. And he gives it to you for you to give it to the children. Isn't that the hierarchy in the Bible? It's like that in every religion. If you were supposed to lead, then why didn't God make you under him? Why didn't he put you under him? Why did he put the man under him? Why did he instruct Adam not to eat from the tree? He didn't tell Eve not to eat from the tree. He told Adam, don't touch that tree. Why is that? If we ain't shit. So y'all think being hard-headed, there's a reward. In the end, y'all think y'all gonna be happy with being hard-headed. Nope, that's why most of y'all miserable. And you see it all on YouTube. Miserable. 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 But then they'll turn around, go to church every Sunday and praise the Lord. You don't love God. You don't even love his creation. You don't love God. You don't love God. That's why y'all be 50, 60 years old looking for another man. 35, 40 years old. Now you trying to figure out you trying to soul search at 40. Because what? You're supposed to submit to the word first. You're supposed to submit to the word. If you buy something, because we gotta see what a lot of people, they like to get caught up with little silly shit. So let's drop the intelligence level down for some people. If you go to Walmart and you buy a chair, let's say you buy a chair and you got to put the chair together, would it be smart or would it be beneficial? Let's not use smart. Will it be beneficial for you to not follow the goddamn instructions? If you don't follow the instructions, would you put together your chair correctly? Or would you ever put the chair together, period? So protection, because I hear a lot of y'all hotep queens talking about that. Oh, we need protection. We need to be protected. Protection starts with you listening to what he tells you, his word. That's where protection begins. He's instructing you what to do and what not to do to protect you. Number one, for you to be safe and remain safe. You see? You see? That's why you must submit to his word. Because his word does what? It keeps you. Like it says in the Bible. So his word, you submitting to his word will protect you. Will protect your children. Will make sure you're not broke. You're not just spending money frivolously. And fucking up the livelihood of the family. That's why you're supposed to submit to his word first. You want some protection? When he tell you don't walk outside with some shit that look like lingerie on, cause you going to a Halloween party, why would you put the shit on? First of all, why you even going to Halloween parties? You a grown up. Why are you going to a Halloween? You a grown ass woman. But then you ask him a question like, why you questioning me? Why I can't go to the Halloween? Because you a grown fucking woman with more important shit to worry about than putting on a goddamn costume and taking pictures for Facebook. Because that's why your ass going. Because your son, hell, I'm a sunflower for Halloween. Doing little silly shit. You see? See, if you're immature, you ain't going to submit to his word because the word is going to make you grow your ass up. It's going to make you grow up. It's going to mature you. You 40 years old at a goddamn Halloween party with costumes and shit on, getting drunk, looking stupid. Like you ain't got nothing else better to do in life. But when a man tell you that, it's something wrong with him. Till something happened to you at that party. You know how many girls I know that done got date raped in clubs? Girls that done got kidnapped from clubs and killed. You wasn't even supposed to be there. See? And that's why they date the dummy, because the dummy gonna say, yeah, go ahead. Matter of fact, I'm going with you. They're gonna go with you. They're going to go with you. They're going to uphold you in the bullshit. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Hit the links, y'all. Hit the links. Hit that like button too, man. But this is what it is. You must submit to a man's word first. Not a dummy. Not a maggle. A man. But see, a lot of y'all women wombs is maggle infested. So y'all don't know when y'all see a man. Y'all think he's a maggle. Because y'all wombs have been infiltrated and infested by maggles. You want to know what disease you got? It's called maggle syndrome. Maggles have ruined and took over your body and your life. You even produced maggles. You got a bunch of little maggle babies all up in your womb, running around, finding a way to duplicate themselves. See? And this is why I said last night, they don't even need us for guidance, man. Because they deny it. They refuse it. She must submit to your word, fellas. If she don't submit to your word, then no deal. No deal. And you don't have to do her dirty or nothing. Step off. Whenever you ready, just step off. Because the only thing that's going to grow from that situation is germs. Because everything is already polluted. Everything is already polluted, y'all. So let me see what's going on in this chat room. Shout out to y'all, man. The donation links is in the chat room. Streamlabs, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Black Worlds, what's good, bro? I ain't see you in a minute, man. What up, Albert? I see you in the building. George Frazier, what's going on? Deep in Thought, what's good, bro? Partly Cloudy, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Partly Cloudy. Brenda W, what's going on? Bayou Bunny, what's good, Bayou? Exactly, Soul Shader. Exactly. And that's some real shit, Soul Shader, that you said, because a lot of single mothers should take heed to that. All right, yeah, he may not have a man in his life to raise him to become a man. But what you can do as his mother is to teach him, or get people around him to teach him to become the type of man that you would actually really want. You see? Because women can do that. Just like a man can teach his daughter what kind of woman she needs to be a wife. Of course, you can't teach her how to be a woman. Of course, she can't teach him how to be a man, but she could teach him how to be the type of man that she would eventually want to be with. Why don't you raise your sons to be those kind of men? But no, you let your sons fall to the wayside and then you blame the father and say you did your best. I did my best. No, you didn't. You gave the fuck up. You threw the towel in. What's good, Gap? Jack Tripper, what's going on, Jack Tripper? Another mind. Peace, G. Good to see you, bro. And I appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate all y'all. No doubt, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, Deep in Thought. You know how we do, bro. Like I said, the donation links is in the chat room. CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV. If you would like to donate, Streamlabs /SheepStaySleepTV to donate, or you could just donate through the super chat. I appreciate all the love and the support. Thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate that. Thanks, Brenda W., for that donation. Much love. Thanks for tuning in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Once again, I'm your host, DS1 Ross. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We have to heal before we build. Ladies, y'all got to heal y'all wombs, man. Y'all got to heal y'all wombs. Treat that Maggle syndrome. Because your whole bodies, your whole lives have been infested and taken over by Maggles. And this is why it's hard for y'all to submit to a man's word. And in turn, this is why you're miserable. Because you've made that choice. So let's heal before we build. Shout out to all of y'all once again. Much love. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.